Getting close to the point where we'll have our hands on a live interface design. But before we get to that point, let us talk about colors, because color is going to play an essential role in your interface design and how you present your information for users to go through your interface. So colors is the easiest and most important aspect of engaging the users with the product in design. Many people believe that choosing colors for UI depends mostly on the taste and sense of beauty of the designer. Color selection process, however, is more complicated than it appears and plays important role in your design. So colors are really necessary to how your interface looks at the end of the day. Your color combination, your color family, the thought process that goes into creating and making a decision to use a certain color for your platform. So color themes and creation. So on every interface, on every product, there is a decision that goes into what color is going to be used for this platform, for this scenario, and for this action. So in this, when you're designing your interface, you put into consideration what is your primary color. The brands we look up to and we admire have certain primary colors, secondary colors, and tertiary colors that are used on these platforms. And it goes beyond tertiary, right? It could be other institution, other than tertiary, primary and secondary. Primary and secondary, because there are colors that you use as action, there are colors that you use as a relaxed color, there are colors as you use as a borrowed colors to get people to take certain actions that are needed at those certain point, like brand collaboration and all of those things. You have to put into consideration what is it. So your primary color is this, your variants, right, is this, and then your secondary color and the secondary variant. So you're putting into consideration what if in a scenario where you want to use your primary color as a button, it might not really make sense as a standalone button without actually making it a certain tint or a hue of that color. So this is why we have primary variants, secondary variants, and then the background is fixed. Either your background is best to make your background white, but it could be any other color. And the surface and error, put into consideration what is your error button going to be, because you don't want to use a very saturated red or a very hued like dark red. You have to put into consideration what is the color family and what red would work for an error message and all of that. So other primary color, black is not a color. Black is an absence of light, and white is a presence of light. So you need it on your interface design. And also in different scenarios, light secondary variants. So you have similar things on different platforms. So you have, just like the primary color, your secondary color can have a dark light variant. So this is like the secondary color of that interface that we looked at, and it has these dark variants, which is the same with this, which is this other option. So it has different variants depending on what you're trying to achieve, and if at all it works in different variants. Like I said, a button as a standalone might not really work with a bright color, so you need a darker variant of that same color to make it stand out.